Hello, Michael here, looking at Psalm 77 for our devotion. This psalm may be subtitled, In the Day of Trouble, I Seek the Lord. And we're going to be focusing on verse 3 to 5 for the exposition. Let's go ahead and read those three verses. Verse 3. I remembered God and was troubled. I complained, and my spirit was overwhelmed. Selah. Verse 4. Thou holdest mine eyes waking. I am so troubled that I cannot speak. And verse 5. I have considered the days of old, the years of ancient times. And as we turn to the treasury of David for the exposition, let's go ahead and read verse 3 again. I remembered God and was troubled. I complained, and my spirit was overwhelmed. Selah. And Spurgeon exposits. I remembered God and was troubled. He who is the wellspring of delight to faith becomes an object of dread to the psalmist's distracted heart. The justice, holiness, power, and truth of God have all a dark side, and indeed all the attributed may be made to look black upon us if our eyes be evil. Even the brightness of divine love blinds us and fills us with a horrible suspicion that we have neither part nor lot in it. He is wretched indeed whose memories of the ever-blessed prove distressing to him. Yet the best of men know the depths of this abyss. I complained, and my spirit was overwhelmed. He mused and mused, but only sank the deeper. His inward disquietude did not fall asleep as soon as they were expressed, but rather they returned upon him and leaped over him like raging billows of an angry sea. It was not his body alone which smarted, but his noblest nature wreathed in pain. His life itself seemed crushed into the earth. It is in such a case that death is coveted as a relief, for life becomes an intolerable burden. With no spirit left in us to sustain our infirmity, our case becomes forlorn. Like man in a tangle of briars, who is stripped of his clothes, every hook of the thorns become a lancet, and we bleed with 10,000 wounds. Alas, my God, the writer of this exposition well knows what thy servant Asaph meant, for his soul is familiar with the way of grief. Deep glens and lonely caves of soul depressions, my spirit knows full well your awful glooms. Selah. Let the song go softly. This is no merry dance for the swift feet of the daughters of music. Pause ye a while, and let sorrow take breath between her sighs. And verse 4. Thou holdest mine eyes waking. I am so troubled that I cannot speak. Thou holdest my eyes waking. The fears which thy strokes excite in me forbid my eyelids to fall. My eyes continue to watch as sentinels forbidden to rest. Sleep is a great comforter, but it forsakes the sorrowful, and then their sorrow deepens and eats into the soul. If God holds the eyes waking, what anodyne shall give us rest? How much we owe to him who giveth his beloved sleep. I am so troubled that I cannot speak. Great griefs are dumb. Deep streams brawl not among the pebbles like the shallow brooklets which live on passing showers. Words fail a man whose heart fails him. He had cried to God, but he could not speak to man. What a mercy it is that we can do the first. We need not despair, though the second should be quite out of our power. Sleepless and speechless, Asaph was reduced to great extremities, and yet he rallied, and even so shall we. Verse 5. I have considered the days of old, the years of ancient times. I have considered the days of old, the years of ancient times. If no good was in the present, memory ransacked the past to find consolation. She fain would borrow a light from the altars of yesterday to light the gloom of today. It is our duty to search for comfort, and not in sullen indolence yield to despair. In quiet contemplation, topics may occur to us which will prove the means of raising our spirits, and there is scarcely any theme more likely to prove consolatory than that which deals with the days of yore, the years of the olden times, when the Lord's faithfulness was tried and proven by a host of his people. Yet it seems that even this consideration created depression rather than delight in the good man's soul, for he contrasted his own mournful condition with all that was bright in the venerable experience of ancient times, and so complained the more. Ah, sad calamity of a jaundiced mind, to see nothing as it should be seen, but everything as through a veil of mist. Whoa. Trust you enjoyed the meditation. It brings to recall, though might be vague, but we know that we experienced them all when we tossed and turned and sought for a solution, a heavenly revelation, a bright sparkling delight that invaded us much more even in the night. But praise be to God, who in his perfect time delivers. Trust you enjoyed the meditation. Michael here declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be blessed.